obviously, I'm assuming because you're a big influencer, right? You get a lot of guys in the DMs, right?
That's funny that you say that. We should go through them because
Alright,
I
pull
don't
it
know
up.
what they're saying right now.
Really?
Yeah, let's rate my DMs, guys. Oh, I just got a request message.
Let me read it. What's up, guys? Welcome to my Breakthrough podcast. Today I have Sam Frank on the show. And the reason she's on the show is because she's 19. She's an entrepreneur. She makes quite a bit of money. As a matter of fact, a couple million a year. And she's 19 years old. Now, when I was 19, I couldn't put gas in my car. I found it super fascinating. And welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump right into it, right? Where were you, I guess, a year ago? Were you successful a year ago? Where were you at?
A year ago, I was probably working about 2 minimum wage jobs in New York. Long Island is where I'm from. Nassau County, to be specific. I'm not from all the way out east. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, I wouldn't say I was successful in the way that I wanted to be. I was working towards my goals of being here, being what I am now, at least, and working towards more. But I was not happy with what I was doing.
What were you doing?
I'll get real specific because I think that the viewers will like this. So I lived in a town called Seacliff, and it's weird, unique, and we opened up a bacon shop. So we sold artisanally flavored bacon, regular sized and extra thick, like a 1/4 inch. I can tell you all the flavors, I still remember them. But it was really funny because I was doing their social media. So actually, prior to working there, I've done social media since I was in...
So you were marketing?
Yeah, I was marketing for them, but I also would work like behind the counter to help them out because I was also an employee.
And you're 19 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to bring this up. Like, you know, my viewers are a little bit older. They're my age or older. I'm 24, right? So most of my viewers are over 24. It's just so fascinating that now, right, I grew up with social media, but you really grew up with social media,
Yeah,
right?
I watched it grow.
Yeah, like I had, it's like smartphones were just introduced in 6th grade, when I was in 6th grade, right? And then in high school, like Snapchat and Instagram came out my freshman year.
Yeah,
you already had all that when you were in there.
I had Snapchat in 3rd grade.
Yeah. So, and I always say marketing is one of the most important tools in the world, probably the most important tool, because that's what gets you traffic and all sorts of things. And if you understand marketing, and I'm realizing that so many kids, people who are younger, really understand marketing now. And you know, you're 19. How many followers would you say you have on all platforms collectively? And how fast did you get them?
I got about 1 million within, I want to say, a couple months on TikTok, and then...
You got 1 million in a couple months. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 1 million followers or 1 million views.
1 million followers.
So you got 1 million followers in a couple months on TikTok.
Yes. I post very consistently.
How often do you post?
5 times a day.
5 times a day. So you were committed.
4 to stay in the algorithm, according to Gary Vee. But we already knew that. See, me and my friends, we've been saying post 4 times a day for 3 months now since I've lived in LA. And wait, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Since 4 months since we lived in LA, and now Gary Vee comes out with the YouTube video 2 weeks ago. Post 4 times. This is why you should post 4 times a day on TikTok. And I was just like, if he said it, we already know.
Because you've been doing it. So
yeah.
When did you start posting 5 times a day?
When I moved to LA.
When was that?
February 5th.
It's February 5th this year, 2022.
Yes. And
so
now,
like really recent.
What's the date? It is June 7th, everyone.
Okay, so we got March, April, May, June, 4 months. And how many followers do you have in February?
I had three TikTok accounts ago. I had 2 TikToks that got deleted as soon as I moved here within 2 weeks, and I started here with 250,000.
And now you're at over 1 million. So you've gone
on
up.
a new account.
On a new account.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
And that account is only 2 months, 3 months old.
Okay, so that account had 0 followers.
0.
So that account had 0 followers. You went from 0 to 1 million in
like 90 days. Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. And how much money has that made you? Like, were you making
all of it?
And how much is all of it? Like, if are you allowed to say? I don't know if you're allowed to say. Give me an estimate of how much revenue that's brought in.
Let's say $250,000.
$250,000 in 4 months.
Yeah.
From TikTok.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. People are like, TikTok's not profitable. Would you agree?
I would not agree. If you think that, you're not using TikTok correctly. You're not utilizing the platform that you have in front of you, and you're not getting people to watch. It's an entertainment app. It's there for a reason, and you're supposed to utilize it in those ways to market what you have, show who you are. Even if it's not really who you are, people still like to watch that.
So, you know, look, I communicate for a living, literally for a living. I speak on stage, and your communication skills are very, very high. The highest I've ever seen on a 19-year-old. Period. Men,
Thank
women,
you.
very, very high. What would you say? It's because you're constantly communicating on TikTok, or what's the reason? Like, how would someone work on that skill?
Someone should work on that skill by finding out their goals. Like, I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I have a strong mindset. So when I stick to that, and I know my outcomes from reaching that goal, it motivates me more to want to reach it. So 5 times a day on TikTok meant that I could grow to that 1 million
What
followers.
was the goal you had in mind when you're motivated to post 5 times a day?
Money.
Like, money?
Money.
Okay, and did you know the exact amount you wanted to make?
A goal in the beginning was $3,300 a day. I'm making about, like, it ranges from 5 to sometimes 10 a day now.
1,000
Yes.
at 19.
Yes.
Times are changing, my friends. I always say, they're like, hey, it's hard to make money. Is it though? You
No.
post 5 times a day, you do the work, you do what's necessary, and bam. Now,
But I have over, like, in 20 plus, like, engagements, if you will, on all my platforms a day. I also got that from Gary Vee. I look up to him a lot. So
Yeah.
I know he knows his shit. So I'm really, like, taking notes, and I'm watching. His YouTube videos are Zoom meetings, if
Yeah.
anybody doesn't know that. So when you're watching his YouTube videos, you're literally watching him give advice to other people, and you could apply it to your situation, even if they're talking about a hairdresser.
It's funny though, because you're talking about how you are going to a mentor, right? You're getting mentored, even on YouTube, right? You're getting all this information, getting this knowledge, and you applied it, and that application is probably eventually going to make you tens of millions of dollars, in the future. So
Even though a different application, so-and-so to college, would have put me in debt for about my entire life.
well, I think college is a waste of time unless you're going
Unless you
to
want to
be
be a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, look, you can do it. It's good for networking. My friends actually went to college and they're network, but they went to like the most prestigious universities, and then they drop out. But they acquire the network, they acquire the friends, right? Because the top 1% tend to go to the really, really prestigious Ivy League schools, things like that. So it's good for networking. If that's what people are going to use it for, I encourage you to go to college.
I agree.
But if you want to make money, that's not the way to do it, right? So let me ask you this. What's the best piece of advice you ever got from, let's say, someone like Gary Vee on YouTube or anything? What's the best advice you got that you think has really helped you?
That's tough. I feel like I've learned a lot of lessons in my life, so I've gotten a lot of advice from people, but I think the best advice that I could give personally for myself right now is that you need to stay true to who you are always.
What does that mean?
You want to,
Be congruent, you mean?
yes, and you want to be real.
Like
People-
come off
You
real
want
on
to come
social
off
media.
as a real person in general. I don't even think social media matters in that way, because you could be fake on social media and make just as much money as someone who's completely real and is educating people about whatever. And then you can have this fake persona just doing TikTok dances, not even that, if you don't even enjoy it, and you can make so much money off of that. It's more like in person when you can, like this, when you establish connections with people. If you're a real person, they see that. And if you're a fake person, it's very easy for a real person to tell, because you don't have the same tendencies or what mannerisms as them.
And what does it mean to be real to you? Like what is that, right? Like when you talk about being real.
A real person is someone who has characteristics of loyalty to you. So it's not like when you do something for them, they have to do something for you. But if you do something for them and then they do something for you, like out of nowhere that you didn't need, that maybe you did need if you asked them for it, that's loyalty, that's friendship. You're building a relationship with someone and you can rely on them maybe in the future. Mm-hmm. A real person to me is also, in LA, it's hard to have friends who don't just want to go out and party all the time. I have lots of friends.
When you live by where you live, yeah, that's how it is. Where you live,
Yeah.
where I live, it's not necessarily the case.
True. There are people here as well who I meet, and they're like, it's hard. I hear it a lot personally. They're like, it's hard to find people who I can just hang out with. And and I say it in my head, I'm like, that's because they're not real people.
Yeah.
They're not trying to get to know you. They're not trying to understand who you are as a person. I really do understand my friends who I'm very close with, like my friend Michael. I can tell when he's uncomfortable. I can see his eyes move like this. I can see him like not pay attention to things. I'm just very observant like that when it comes to my friends. I get to know them like more than they kind of know themselves. I'm like, why are you twitching like that? And Jack he goes like this with his hair when he's nervous. He picks at his nails. I'm like,
telling all his secrets.
I'm like, what are you thinking about? And then he tells me, and I just know. It's just I get to know my friends like that, and there are people who don't. That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't consider them real people who want to establish real connections with their friends.
So it's funny you say that because I always say women have a much, much greater advantage at reading body language and understanding people than men. Men have to sit there, learn it, apply it. You kind of have, women's intuition. Naturally really good at it, especially if you're socially intelligent. Most women are more socially intelligent than men. So on that note, shifting gears, obviously I'm assuming because you're a big influencer, right? You get a lot of guys in the DMs, right?
That's funny that you say that. We should go through them because
right,
I don't know what they're saying right now.
Really?
Yeah, let's rate my DMs, guys. Oh, I just got a request message.
Let me read it.
Okay, well, so far we got 99 plus. Let's see.
Let me read your DMs. Let me read them.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so these are your requests, right?
Mm-hmm. Those are my top requests. If you go to all, you'll see probably the weirdos.
Okay, so wait, I'm not going to go top. I'm going to go recent. All requests. Here we go. All right, so.
I don't like that you're reading them. I want to read them.
Okay, so I'm going to read one. Someone just said, hi. Is that a good DM? They have 10 followers and 10 posts. And they just said hi.
You should answer them. Maybe it will make their day.
All right, answer them. What should we say?
Say, hi, how are you?
Oh, so that worked, huh? Hi, how are you?
They have 10 followers. I kind of feel bad. They probably just want to talk.
Yeah, maybe. Someone else responded to you, oof, UFF.
Oof.
Oof.
I don't know what that means.
Should you respond to that?
No.
Can I see your boobs? That's a funny DM. Did that work?
No, no, it did not work. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, there's some, I can't read some of these.
I know, that's why I'm telling you. I'm uncomfortable that you're reading them and I'm not.
Someone goes, day one of trying to get your attention.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments like that.
Oh, you just got 2 more. I think you look better modeling my sweatshirt. Hey, baby. Yo, can I get nudes? Oh my God.
I want to rate them.
That's horrible. I know. Rate them. Rate those. What, are any of those captivating?
Okay,
honestly?
So the guy who asked for nudes, you spelled it wrong, by the way. Nueds. So I rate you a -5 out of 10. Let's listen to this voice message.
I was speaking in French, but...
Salut meuf, je suis avec mon pote Simon Erck.
Do you speak French?
Hi, how are you?
Et on voulait dire qu'on te trouvait vraiment adorable.
If anyone knows what they're saying, let me know.
Voilà, et bisous.
This man has 197,000 followers.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? So people are DMing you all the time. Do you ever respond? You ever gone out with someone who's DM'd you?
Have I ever gone out with someone who's DM'd me? Maybe in New York when I was like little micro.
Less famous?
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me ask you this, like, what would get your attention now? If someone were to send you a DM?
Something that makes me laugh. I will go to your profile. So yeah, I mean, probably how attractive you are, not gonna lie, because if we're gonna be honest here, guys, when you go to someone's Instagram, what are you looking for? Personality? You can't find that. It may be their captions, but it's just like really nothing. You could tell a lot about a person by the way that they post, I guess, in a way, but you don't really know who they are. So it's like funny because let's say I start DMing that guy, right? I answer him or whatever, and he just is so dry, so bland. I just will stop answering. Like I'm automatically uninterested because it's just not what I want.
So I almost never ever meet people online. But if I were to DM someone, because people ask me for advice all the time, this is the advice I give them. I always say literally just send, what's your number? That's so direct. Just what's your number? But I spell it like this: WATSUR, just number, number. Symbol, yeah.
Why would you tell
just
someone to do
because,
it?
like, fuck it, no effort, like 0 effort. Like just
Exactly.
What's your number? And then it works literally 9 out of 10 times. Or I'll send a video where I'm doing something, and then I go, hey, by the way, what's your number? And I continue doing the thing. and I just leave the video running for like an extra 10 seconds. So they watch the entire
That's
thing,
really
and I
funny.
say nothing as I'm laughing with my friends because it's funny that I'm doing that.
That is funny. I
Yeah.
like that. That is funny. I like that. Guys, do that. But I don't know about what's your number. It depends who it is. Like maybe if you already met them in person and then they shoot you with that DM, like you'll probably hit with that
Yeah,
one.
or I'll send an audio. Hey, nice to meet you. What's your number?
Have you met them?
Never. Here, give me someone's Instagram that you might know. Don't tell them I'm DMing them, and I'll show you what my DM looks like. Could be anyone.
Anyone?
Yep.
DM Jack.
No, it has to be a girl. And Jack and I follow each other. He's gonna get my DM.
Do this girl.
All right, let's see.
I'm
What-
sorry.
Is this person over 18?
Yeah.
You sure?
So over 21.
Okay.
She's
Alright.
from New York. She's not from here.
All right. I'm just gonna do it for fun.
Are you sending the video?
Watch. I'm gonna send a video. Here. Okay, guys. So this is how I would slide in the DMs. Hey, what's your number? Oh my god.
Was that a joke?
I just do everything. It's a joke. Like I'll look at it sometimes like this. Like here, I'll go like this would be my DM. I'll show you. I don't have to sneeze. Hey, what's your number?
That one was better. See, that one was better.
Hey, what's your number?
No, but that's I want to be weird. The weirder the better. Hey, by the way, for those of you guys who don't know, there is an alpaca here.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the alpaca is my favorite animal. I think they're cute and it's good vibes. So someone sent me that as a gift. I just opened it, put it there, and I said, well, why not let you guys think of a really cute animal as well?
Yeah.
All right. So back to this. Let me ask you this. What would you say like is the most attractive thing in a guy? When you meet someone, what makes you attract them?
I like tallness.
No, not physical, because we can't control physical.
Yes, we can.
Personality.
Okay, fine.
You've never gone out with someone short?
No.
Okay. All right. All right. So on that note,
Okay, regardless.
if you gained a lot of weight, would you expect the guy to date you?
No.
Okay, that's fair. So as long as there's no double
No.
standard. As long as there's no double standard.
I would
All right.
expect him to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you
How,
doing this?
how tall are you?
I'm 5'3". I can't.
So what is a tall guy? 5'8"?
No.
5'10"?
No, like 6 foot.
6 foot.
Yeah.
I love how girls always say that.
Because I do pageants, so I wear 6-inch heels, so I'm like 5'11" at the moment. Well, it's not right math, but I like am taller than my dad, and my dad's 5'10",
5'10", yeah.
so.
Well, 5'10" and a half. Yeah. So, well, I guess I always tell guys, I'm like, look, it doesn't matter what you look like. At the end of the day, if you have an amazing personality, you're gonna be more attractive.
I like good hugs.
Hugs?
Yeah.
Oh, so your love language you would say is touch.
Yes. Yes.
What is it important if a guy's confident or not?
1000%. If you're confident and you come up to me and you introduce yourself to me, that's automatic, like, some points.
What's the best pickup line or intro someone's ever made? Like anything unforgettable?
No. Everything's pretty, like,
You want to role play? Where you reject me.
what?
Reject me. Your job is to reject me.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, and we'll bleep out anything that says your phone number and things like that.
Okay.
If you actually end up saying it. All right, you ready? Hey, what's your name?
Sam, nice to meet you.
Cool. What's your number?
No.
So what is it? Really quick, I gotta go.
No.
Just quickly, what was it?
Definitely
I
not.
already told you I'm not giving you my number. Stop asking me. What is it? What's your number?
Your phone ain't not happening.
Okay, I don't want your number.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so what was it one more time?
You said you had to go,
Yeah, I did. So what was it?
so go.
I'm leaving. What was your number?
Bye.
Bye. I'm just kidding. Let's just be friends. What's your number? So what's your number? We'll just be friends. What is it?
No.
Okay, quick.
Who are you?
Marcel.
You didn't even tell me that. You asked for
Well,
my name.
how are we supposed to get to know each other if I don't have your number?
Why do you want to get to know me?
I don't. So what's your number?
Okay, so you don't need to know
Okay,
my
I'm
number.
kidding. I want to get to know you. What is it?
I hate you. Okay, so I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, stop.
Would that work?
No.
Though? Would that work?
Like, no, but it was tempting. I see what you're doing.
I love how everyone says
Because
no, but it
it's
works.
a comedy. It's like when you get a girl to laugh, obviously, like, she hates you less.
Yeah. So what is it? I'm kidding. All right. So
The death stare I just gave you.
the what?
The death stare.
What was your number?
Thank you.
Sleep. Give me your number. No, I'm kidding. Imagine.
That was good.
That'd
Imagine.
be funny. Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this.
Imagine
then.
you just put me in a hypnotist.
Yeah, and do that. You want to be hypnotized?
Maybe later.
Okay. Ready? Take a deep breath. Next time. All right. So let me ask you one final question before we end the podcast, because I think people are going to wonder, right? And by the way, I'll link her Instagram inside of the description. So if you want to check her out, click on her Instagram. She's awesome. You know, when you first started just everything, your journey on social media, you know, your business, did you know that it would be this successful this fast?
No, but I hoped it would be.
So you were willing to work harder. Like, how hard and how long would you have worked with this, even if it, like, let's say it gained no traction? How long would you have been willing to do it before it actually did? And, you know, would you take the risk that maybe it would never?
I would have done it. I've been doing it for 4 years. So whether it was...
So it wasn't just 2 months. Like, you've been doing this for the last...
I've been doing social media for a very long time, since I was like 15 in sophomore year. So I dropped my friends freshman year. I had no one to talk to just because they were fake. I told you guys I don't like fake people. I can't have a relationship with them. It's just not going to work.
Are you fake?
No.
Never.
I will always tell someone, or like, if they're bothering me, I'll be like, please stop talking to me. I'm uncomfortable. I really don't want to talk to you.
What do you think about the alpaca?
It's cool.
That was a real response. Well, I think it's cute as fuck. That's a cute ass alpaca.
I
Anyways,
think it's a nice, like,
Yeah.
put together,
No, it's nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna join my frame of me. So, all right. So you would have done it for at least another couple of years, 3 years, 4 years, if you had to.
Yeah. I want to do social media, so I will do it forever.
And define social media. When you say you want to do social media, you want to what? Be an
I
influencer.
want to influence people and help people as much as I can.
And how do you want to help them?
So I'm a mental health advocate. So I did Miss Philippines USA. I'm second runner-up, Best in Swimsuit, Miss Congeniality, and Miss MUSA Ambassador 2021. The pageant is next, or 2 months. It's on August 13th, and it was here in California. So I moved here initially because I was doing that pageant. So I was back and forth from New York. Every month I would go here.
Is that your dream?
To what?
To win Miss Universe?
Yeah. It's one of them. I feel like I make a lot of paths and journeys in my head because I want to always have not even options, but I always want to be doing something different no matter what it is. So yeah, Miss Universe would be an awesome.
I went this year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was there. I was there live watching it. It was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I will be
I
on
saw
that stage
Adriana
one day.
Lima. I love her. I was like.
It's
I was
hard though. So I'm Filipino. I'm half Filipino. My mom is from there, but I was born here. So I needed dual citizenship in order to even run for Miss Universe Philippines, which is very competitive. Like, people don't understand. It's like a sport in the Philippines. Beauty pageants are a whole sport there. Like, they have, Filipino Olympic teams, but like overall beauty pageants are what people want to do there. They want to be the next Miss Universe.
Really?
And a lot of people get I mean, it's not
Do
surprising.
you know how many Miss Universes Miss Philippines has won?
I think 4.
4. And how many are the total? How long has it been going? Do you know? Well, I guess we'll look it up.
Yeah,
so,
we don't know.
You know, it makes sense. And okay, so you'll commit no matter what. And what's your goal now? Just so everyone knows, like, kind of where you're going, and maybe if they see this podcast in a year or something, it'll be nostalgic for them.
Okay. I hope in the next year I am at least tripling my income from different sources. So yes, I have my own business online, but I also want to get more into real estate. I'm more into like crypto now, but I know there's a lot more I have to learn, and I'm willing to dedicate the hours and put in the work to learn it. So hopefully you guys see me in Forbes within the next couple of years.
That's a big deal. Let's go.
Second youngest billionaire.
Hey.
Kylie Jenner's the first so far because she's already 19, but
Hey, 21, I think she got it.
yeah.
So you got a couple of years.
Yeah.
A couple of years. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for
and having
yeah.
an open conversation. Yeah, thanks for being so open and honest. You've been fucking awesome. It was better than I expected. Guys, check her out. Click that link below. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing?
What are you doing? It's
Subscribe
right there.
right now.
It's
Click
free.
that link. Subscribe. Let's go. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.